Hello, welcome to SMT Call. Today we are going to solve the day 23 of July Lead Code Challenge. So today's problem is single number 3. So basically, if you read the problem statement, it's saying that you will be given one integer array, and in that integer array, all the numbers will appear twice except two numbers, right? And you need to identify those two numbers, and you need to return them as a array, right? Integer array. Okay, so this is the problem statement. And so if you think it, so at first glance, how can you solve it, right? So there are multiple ways to solve it. At first you can take a very naive approach, right? What you can do, we can create one map or take one hash map, and in that hash map we can calculate our frequency and store the frequency for corresponding number, right? So suppose it will like this. Okay, so I can create one hash map, and okay, for the one value I know my one appears two times. Again I can create same for two occurs two times. Like this we can create. Then I will check the 3 occurs one time, again then 5 occurs one time. Okay, so again I can create this kind of hash map, and I can again iterate through that hash map, and I can check whose value is 1, and I can then return those two key, right? So this can be a one approach, but the disadvantage is that they are saying that your problem should run in the linear complexity, and you should use constant time space, right? So since we are using hash map, we are maintaining hash map, so that size is not in constant, right? The size can increase according to your number of elements in the array, right? So if you use hash map or this kind of approach, then you are not using constant space, right? So your pace is always depend on the number of inputs. So you can tell this at first, but you should try to modify this, right? So the main problem is you need to do it in constant space complexity. So let's think some other way and solve it in other way, so that we can do it in constant time complexity. So constant space complexity, sorry. So one way can be, what we can do, we can use that bit manipulation, and using bit manipulation we can find those two numbers, right? So this is a very common question, right? That if you have one array, and in that array there is, so in this case there is two numbers, right? There are two numbers, but if you suppose you have only one number, how you can identify that using bit manipulation, right? So we can identify that number. If the number is only one number, that is happening only once, then in that case we can do all the XOR of all the numbers, and I will get the number as a result whatever is appearing only one time, right? So we are going to use similar kind of approach here, but the problem is here we need to find the two numbers. Okay, so let's discuss the algorithm first, and after that I am going to solve it using Java today. So what I have done here, so suppose I am explaining the first example. This is my array, right? And in this case 3 and 5 appear twice, so we need to return 3 and 5, and this is the binary table for number 0 to 7. Okay, so for this example we are just considering for 3-bit, but actually the number can be up to 32 bits, right? So number will be 32-bit actually, and the left side all will be 0, right? But for simplicity, since this example is only contains till 5, so we are taking till 7, right, for 3-bit for this explanation. Okay, so this is the table, you can say, there are binary representation of the corresponding numbers. So 0 will look like 000, and 7 will like 111. Okay, so this is the representation of the binary of the corresponding number. So okay, and this is the XOR, right? XOR operation. If you do 0 0, then always 0, and if you do 0 1 or 1 0, then it will return 0, and if you do 1 1, then it will return again 0, right? So if the both numbers are same, then in this case it will return 0, and if the both numbers are different, then it will return 1. Okay, so this is the X operation. Now what we are going to do? So let's think first what we can do. Okay, so this is our binary representation, right? So this is our binary. What we can do, we can take the similar approach. We can do XOR operation of all this. Okay, so suppose if you do XOR operation of all this, right, what will be your output, right? So it will look like this, right? 1 XOR 2, 1 XOR 2, then again we are doing XOR, right, with 1, again we are doing XOR with 3, then again 2, then again 5. Okay, so this 1 1 will be cancelled, this 2 2 will be cancelled, right? Since 0 0 is 0, and so it will remain like this 3 XOR 5, right? So it will remain like this 3 XOR 5. So if you convert it binary, how it will look like? It will look like this, right? 0 0 3 means 0 1 1 XOR 5 means 1 0 1. Okay, So if you do the XOR operation, how it will look like? It will look like, so at first 0 0 0 1 1, then again 1 0 1, and since 1, yeah, it will look like this, right? So if you XOR all these number, it will look like this, right? 1 1 0. So this is, so now the, so this is our first step, right? So find the combined number, right? So this is our combined number, and now what I need to do, I need to find these two number, right? Which two number using which we have done the XOR, and so this is our result. We can get it easily, but from this number we need to isolate the actual two number, right? So I need to find which are the two numbers that if we do XOR between those two number, I will get this output. So that will be my next step. So okay, so this will be my output or temporary number in using which we need to find the actual two numbers. Okay, so how we can solve it? So there can be one way, right? The masking thing, right? So what is masking? So initially so masking means what I need to do, I need to just find out the position of the first occurrence of the 1 from the right side. Okay, so if you start from the right, in this case the position is right, second position, right? This is my position where my number 1 occurs, right? The first one, right? Because the last bit is 0. So in this case, this second bit is a 1, right? So at first I need to find this 1. Okay, so how we can find that the position of the first one from the right side? So for that we can use the masking. Okay, so masking, so basically what masking, so how we can find it, right? So since it's my number, right? So what I will do, I will start from 1, binary 1. So binary difference of 1 is like 0 0 1. Okay, so if I found any non-zero number, that means that will be my position, right? So if I do the AND operation right here, so AND means all 0, right? So I'm still not found my position. Next, what I will do, I will right shift, right? So I will left shift. So my marks will look like this, 0 1 0, and again I will do AND operation with my actual temporary number, right? Again, what I find here, I will find, okay, 0 0 0, in the last we will have 0, then again we have 1, and again we will have 0. So now, okay, now I am getting the position, actual position, right, by performing AND operation. So you can see that in the second position we have the 1, right? So it will become our marks. So now I know in the second position, so this number is combination of these two, right? So I know one number should have, in the middle we have, in the second position we have only 1, right? So basically you can think those two numbers as A and B. It will look like this, A, and it will look, it is B, right? So you know, so you can identify that, yeah, for A we have the middle number for this example actually, right? So you know, for this A I have this number second bit will be 1. So now using these marks we need to identify this A from the input array, right? Because we don't know. So how we can identify? So what, again I will use similar kind of approach, the XOR, since now we need to identify single number, not two, right? So I can use the same approach. I can do the XOR operation between numbers, but we should not do with all the numbers. We should do with all those numbers in which we have second number bit is 1, right? So this is our marks. Okay, let's define this marks here. Now again I will start iterating to this array, and I will check which number my second bit is matching, right? In this case I find, okay, this number is matching. In this number we have second bit as 1. Again I will find, okay, this, so at first let me mark this number, so I can find, okay, this number is matching because in this case we have in the middle position 1, right, in the second bit. Again I will find, okay, I also have this number in which also the second bit is 1. Again I will find, okay, this number is also right. So this number also contains 1 in the second position, right? So these three number. Now since we know that these two number appears to us twice, right? So if we perform XOR operation between these three, I will get my actual number. That will be our A, right? In this case, the first number 3. And in the else condition, what I can do, if I see that, okay, if it's not matching, then it can be V, right? So these three, 0 0 1, let me take another number, another color, yeah. So this number can be the second number, this number can be a second number, and this number can be a second number. Okay. So we are just categorizing the array into two different parts. So this yellow section will contain my number B, and this blue section or sky blue section will contain my number A. Then if we do the XOR operation of those two numbers, of those numbers, then I will get easily my two number, right? So this is the algorithm we are going to follow. So let's write our code, and I will discuss more if required. So at first, what I will do, I will take two number initially, right? Int A equals to 0 and int B equals to 0. Let's take small only. Okay. So now, so this is my this I am going to return, right, at the end of the our logic, or at the end of running our algorithm. Okay. Now I need to take one. I need to find the temporary number, right? So I will take one variable called temp. In that I am going to store the temporary sum, right, from which we need to find the two actual A or B, right? After that, as I told you, I will going to do XOR between all the numbers in the nums array, right? So what I will do, I will do temp. It will look like temp equal to temp or XOR operation with num. Okay, so that means we are just finding this temporary number, right? In this case 110 for the first example. We are just trying to identify the temporary, right? That number, temporary number. Okay, fine. Once we are done with that, we need to identify the bit, right? So let's identify our bit. Identify the first bit from right. Okay, so now how we can identify? I need to take one marks. I already told you. So marks should be initially 1. 1 means 001, right? So I will assume that my bit will be the rightmost bit only. If it is not, then I am going to do left shift. Okay, so my logic will be like this. So it should be while loop. What I will do, I will do the AND. Let me take it in another bracket. Yeah, temp and mux, and if it is returning 0, then that means we are still to find the rightmost one bit, right? If it is not if it is 0, then again I need to shift my number, right? So it will, second time marks will look like 0 1 0. Even if I not found again I will shift it, right? 1 0 0. Like this I am going to left shift. So let's write that in that logic also. So my marks will be marks. It will look like this, and we are going to just use the left shift by, I will left shift by 1, right? So after this I can identify that my marks. So in this case my marks will be 0 1 0, right? Since I already told you that the match, the 1 is exited in the second bit only, right? In this case. So okay, now what I need to do, again I need to go through or iterate through that array, and I need to, so now I know my marks, right? So my marks is 0 0 1, sorry 0 1 0. This is my marks, and my temp value is 1 1 0. Okay, so this is my temp value, this is my marks. Okay, now what I need to do, so I am just separating, I am just isolating this array into 2, right? So what I will do, in the first condition I will check, okay, my marks and my number, right? If equals to 0, then this is our blue category, right? Sky blue category. Then that can be our probability of that number can be my A, right? So what I will do, A XOR num. Okay, and else I will consider that as a number B, right? So it should be number B. And once we are done with this, we are going to just return one new integer array, and array will contain A comma B. Okay, fine. Now let's run our code and check whether it's compiling or not. Yeah, I think it's compiling and it's giving me expected answer. Let's submit it also and check. Yeah, our solution is accepted. Now let's recap what we have done here. So at first I took two number A and B, and initially it will be 0, and again I will take one number temp, and then what I have done here, I iterate through the whole array and I found this temporary number. So that temporary number will obviously will be the result of A XOR B, right? Then using the temp number, I use the temp number to identify my A and B. So how we can identify? At first I identify the middle bit, right? In this case 1. So this middle bit is 1, right? So I identify that the first bit from the first 1 bit from the right side, right? In this case it's 1. So okay, and then using that marks, I check that from the array in which number we have 1 in the second bit, right? In the second position, right? And then using that I am isolating. So how we can checking that? How we are checking that? We are just doing AND operation, right? So if you do AND operation, then easily you can know that in this position I have this 1, right? So in this case our marks is 0 1 0, right? So I will AND do it 0 0 1 and 0 1 0. In this case it will return 0. Okay, so it will not be in same category. So like this, so using AND we can identify that bit location is matching for this particular position or not. Okay, and once we have done this then we have done the XOR operation between those two categories, and we are going to return A and B, right? So this is the approach I used, and so since we are not taking any extra space means we are taking 3 extra variable, but we are not taking any space that is depends on the number of inputs, right? Not the order of n space, right? So if my input is 100, input array size is 100, then only I am going to use only 3 variable, not any hash map with 100 size, right? So that's the basic difference. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.